So week 2 of Rugby Championship. The Boks are in Argentina to play the Pumas. Last time they met over in Durban, it was 34 points to 21 to the Boks. A performance that was, I guess, comfortable without being kind of in that full stride for the Boks. Pumas, much improved from June. What Ledesma is doing with them seems to have them on the right track. They're back home now. We'll see if they're able to kind of continue that turnaround. I mean, it's only been a second game in charge, so it's probably a bit much to expect a lot in a hurry. But Erasmus has not been in charge of the Boks that much longer. So we look at the two squads. I'll put them in the description so you guys can have a look. There aren't so many changes in the two teams, especially the starting 15s. So for the Pumas, the only change to the guys in the run-on 15 is Lavanini is in for Emiliano, so they switch starting and bench. For the bench though, Boffelli is back as the reserve halfback, so Landajo is not in the picture. How long has it been since we've seen Boffelli play? It is a very, very long time. Bosch, the hooker from France, plays rugby in France, is the backup this week. Obviously Montoya is still not fit. And De La Fuente is also in on the bench. So for the most part, it's a pretty stable lineup for the Argentinians. For the Springboks, again, their only change in that starting 15 is in the second row. So Mostert starts ahead of Pieter-Steph du Toit, who drops to the bench. Pieter-Steph has taken the spot of Van Staden. So there's not really an out-and-out fetcher like on the bench. I mean, you've got Lowe, who's going to have a bit of pressure on him. You've got Malcolm Marx, but yeah, not like last week where you could bring on Van Staden at the end to see if he can put some pressure at the breakdown. But yeah, we'll see how they go. Pieter-Steph had a big game last week as well. So Sneijman is on the bench for Ori. Ori has not travelled to Argentina. And Wilco Lowe is in for Tomas du Toit. So there's a bit of shuffling, but nothing really too drastic. The whole back line is the same. Front row is the same for the starting 15. So yeah, how they go is kind of going to be an interesting one to watch. You got to think that when the Argentinians are back home, they're going to put in something of a different performance from what we saw in South Africa. In South Africa, they struggled a bit to get possession at times. They kind of did manage to get a bit towards the end of the game, but still not able to really break the Boks down. You would think at home, they're going to be able to at least start the game on a bit more of a, I don't know, confident footing. Although in that game against the Boks, they were getting points with what little ball they had in that first half. So who knows what kind of game plan they'll go. One would think similar to last week, but yeah, you never know. Ledesma might be doing something crafty. For the Boks, last week that line-out was struggling at times. You'd have to hope that with Marx throwing into Mostert, who was the number 1 line-out taker of the whole comp for Super Rugby. So the two Lions guys, you got to think that combination is a lot more familiar. So I would expect that to improve pretty dramatically, and I'll be surprised if it doesn't. Pollard with his goal kicking. There's no Elton Yankees, so the goal kicking will be down to Pollard. It has to be better than last week, and I would have thought it's going to need to be better than last week. I mean, last week's performance, like 34-21, it's, like I said, comfortable. Logic would dictate this game is going to be closer. I mean, it might not be, but I would expect if Pollard's going to get it right with the boot, this would be a good week to do so. The bookies have got the Boks by 6 points. So we'll see how they go. Remember, Sanchez kicked it 100% last week, so this is what I'm saying. Pollard, yeah, hopefully he's got his kicking boots on this week. Hopefully the Argentinians are up for this one. Like I said, they're at home, and they tend to be, at least for the Jaguares, they not all the time, but some of their home performances, they were just really able to bring it up a level. So let's hope this is one of those, and it should be a cracking match. You guys let me know your thoughts on the game, what you're looking forward to, and yeah, I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.